Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Narayan Narayan Narayan. So today is Friday. So we are discussing Sugama. Okay. We didn't have the classes in the last 2 or 3 days because there was some problem. The power problem, charging problem. So there were many, and still it will continue for few more days. We have something tentatively now. We will manage for few more days until they do earthing and all that. There was no earthing at all in the ashram. So all are getting burnt. All my charging adapters, everything getting burnt. So luckily we got some of them new, and some more we have to get. Okay. So for a few more days we have to somehow manage, and then there everything will be smooth. Until then, like this, one day holiday, one day talk, like this, until 4 or 5 days. Okay. Now in Sugama, he told the Atma, the nature of Atma, which is taught in Vedanta, is not yet known. So to the a person who knows the nature of Atma that is taught in Karma Kanda, the nature of Atma that is taught in Karma Kanda is only a Jivatma. Okay. A person who knows such Atma, he has not known the complete Atma or the real Atma. Okay. He doesn't know the real Atma, the complete Atma. Because it is something better than the worldly understanding. The empirical understanding of oneself is that I am a body, and then I'm sense organs, a set of sense organs. I enjoy the worldly pleasures and earn and enjoy. This is a simple worldly Atma. In the worldly sense, from the common man's standpoint, Atma is not much different from the body. He is with the body, having sense organs and mind, thinks and does some actions, activities, and acquires something and enjoys, and lives in relationship with people. That is only this much. That is Shastriya Vyavahara. Person knows he is more than the body, and the same Atma which is more than the body drops away this body and acquires another body, enters into another body, and also goes to the other world. This is the Shastriya Atma. So Shastriya Atma means this is the nature of Atma that is taught by the Karma Kanda, and such person who knows that Atman, the person who knows that Atman is fit for Shastriya Karma. Now Purva Pakshi told, since I know the nature of Atman, I know the Atman as different from the body as it is taught in the Karma Kanda. I know the Atman already, and that Atma means Jivatma. That Jivatma, while doing karma and while enjoying karma phala, and hoping to go to the other world or take another birth, this much I know, and this Atma, Jivatma, has no Adhyasa, no Avidya. That was Purva Pakshi. Siddhanti told no. Even that Atma, which is capable of doing punya karma and going to the other world or taking another birth, even that much of understanding of Atma is also part of Avidya only. That doesn't go beyond Avidya, because even that Jivatvam is also within the realm of Avidya. Okay, you may know that you are little more than the body, one body. You are more than one body. Okay, you are more than one body, but not totally free from all bodies, not totally free from your individuality. You are independent of one body, but you are connected to many other bodies. That means many janmas you are subject to take. You are subject to take another birth, go to the other world. So all that is there. So with a strong belief that I am more than the body, you undertake religious activities. Yet, your being jiva, that is, your being an individual and connected to some or other body, may not be one particular body, but some or other another body. If not this body or another body, another body, another body. Keep on assuming some or other body. That is inevitable. Okay? Purvapakshi says that I know that I am beyond the body. Siddhanti says, yes, you know, but still it only shows that you are not connected to one body, you are continuously being connected to many bodies. That's what you mean. If you mean that is your understanding, then that is not Atma Jnanam. That is only Jivatma Jnanam, not the real Atma Jnanam. Okay? You are not confined to one body. You keep assuming several bodies. You go to the different lokas, several lokas. It's okay. Yet you continue to be an individual. Then that individuality and you are being connected to many bodies, many means one after the other. Assuming many bodies, all this only shows your understanding of Atma is not complete, is not real. It is only a partial understanding. Partly, slightly better understanding than before, but not complete understanding. Then he says, then what is left out? I already know the Atman. Is there anything left out which I need to know yet? Yes. Which Vedanta alone can teach? Which is found only in Vedanta, not in Karma Kanda. You too do not know. For not knowing that nature of Atma, you continue to be ignorant person. That means ignorant means a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding means still you are in association with what is not real you. What is not real you, that means what is not Atma, still you are in association with the Anatma. Still partly you take Anatma to be yourself. Therefore, that Anatma imposition upon you is still continuing. It's not completely gone. Therefore, what is that real Atma, which I need to know and have not yet known? For not knowing that, I am considered as Ajnani. For not knowing that Atma, which I am considered as an Ajnani, that means I need to know something more. In spite of my this understanding that I am a Jivatma, in spite of this understanding, in spite of understanding myself to be Jiva, still I continue to be ignorance. Because the Jivatvam, the very thought of Jivatvam is within Ajnana. Therefore, what is that nature of Atma? Answers, you see, Bhashyakara answers and Swamiji also explains. We read together simultaneously. Tatra hi bodhyamanaha Atma ashanayadhyatitaha. See, there is the Atma. If you know that Atma, then I accept that you are beyond ignorance. You know the true nature of Atma, real nature of Atma, and you are beyond ignorance. What is that nature of Atma? He says, Vedanta Vedyam Ashanayadhyatitam Apeta Brahma Kshatradi Bhedam Asamsari. This Atma Tattvam you don't know. And if you know it, you will give up even this Jivatma and Paraloka and Karmas. Punya Karmas, you don't need it. If you transcend your Jivatvam, you don't need Punya Karma, you will not go to the other worlds, you will not assume many bodies, you will become totally different person. And that Atma Jnanam you don't have yet. That means you are still under ignorance. So he is giving 2 or 3 qualities. One is Vedanta Vedyam, second is Ashanayadhyatitam, Apeta Brahma Kshatradi Bhedam, okay, Samsari, subject to many bodies and going to lokas and various experiences. Means you are subject to assuming many bodies and going to various lokas. So these 4 qualities. So these four are yet to be learned, and you don't know that. Okay. Now Swamiji slightly discusses. We also need to discuss some points, because anyway, some of us do not know. Some of us know already, but some people may not know. Therefore, I have to explain. So one is Ashanayadhyatitaha, Atma, which is free from hunger and thirst. Now you are a jiva, but as a jiva, you are subject to hunger and thirst. That means some pleasures you get and from outside, and you come to experience those pleasures and you enjoy them. But real Atma doesn't get anything from outside. The real Atma is happy by itself, free by itself. It doesn't need anything other than itself to be happy. Okay. Therefore, Ashanayadhyatitaha. Ashanayadhyatitaha. The real nature of Atma is free from hunger and thirst. That means it is free from prana. It is not associated with prana. The pure consciousness is not prana, is more than prana. It goes beyond prana. But the jiva is the one who is associated with prana. Because of prana alone, he is alive, and he assumes another body, keeps on changing the bodies. Okay. Samsari. It is the prana alone makes him lively person, that his sense organs are active and is able to perceive the world, able to feel, able to act. All that is because of mind and prana. Okay. Ashanayadhyatitaha. Swamiji says Ashanaya, Pipasa, Jara, Mrityu, Shoka, Moha. All that is putting in one place. So Ashanayadhyatitaha implies that the real nature of Atma is free from hunger and thirst, free from old age and death. Jara Mrityu implies a physical body. Ashanaya, Pipasa, hunger and thirst imply your prana. Shoka, Moha imply mind. So the real nature of Atma is free from the body, free from prana, free from mind. Okay. In the real nature of Atma, see, have I understood? Am I Brahmagyani? People ask. If you are a Brahmagyani, do you feel that you are subject to birth and death? Do you feel that you have become an old man and you are going to die, you are subject to death? If you feel that I have become an old man, I am a young man or woman anyway, I am a young person and I am subject to death, I am going to die. If you think that, if you feel that is you, then you have identification with the body, you have not understood the Atma. Or do you feel that you are subject to hunger and thirst? That means you are identified with your prana. Your identification with prana is there. Therefore, you are subject to hunger and thirst. You don't feel free from them. Then the mental emotions and thoughts. If you feel that you have emotions, good and bad and raga, dvesha, prema, and so on, and also you have got very ideas, ideals and ideology. Ideas, ideals and ideology. If you have these three various thoughts, decisions, ideas, ideology, ideals, decisions. So if you think that I am thinking, I am taking decision, I have these ideas, I have these ideals, I must follow, I am so and so. So you are identified with intellect. When you identify with intellect, what happens? You are not free from intellect. That is what jiva is. In the real nature of Atma, Atma is not subject to hunger and thirst. There is hunger and thirst, but that doesn't belong to consciousness. See, consciousness is free from hunger and thirst. But now we feel I am a conscious being subject to hunger and thirst. Conscious being subject to old age and death. I feel that I born so and so date, and you feel very important your birthday, and you feel very proud and you feel very happy. Oh, if somebody wishes you a happy birthday to you, he feels so immensely happy. People come and tell me that wish me my birthday and all that. That means you are very proud of your birth and death and age and etc. That means you are identified with it. You feel happy and proud of your remembering your birth. Before that I was not born. At later stage I was born. So there is a relationship, identification with the body. When you say body is yours, you identify with it. In that condition, you feel happy with your birth, and then you are afraid of death and you are afraid of old age. Okay. But if you feel old age and etc., they are only superimpositions. They are like the play in the drama. Neither I am an old man nor young man. See, people generally, you call an old man, he feels hurt. You call a young man, he feels very happy. Even in this age, you look young. You tell the people, you look young. They feel very happy. Isn't it? You look young, they feel happy. So you tell them, you're an old man. He feels very unhappy. That means the old age means something less, something grievable, something worryable, not a matter of happiness. Okay? But age is age. Every age has its own good and plus and minus. Young people have their own plus and minus. Old people also have plus and minus. Why do you identify with only the minus aspect of it and feel bad that I am an old man? Yes, old man has certain disadvantage, but there's certain advantage also. You have an experience, you have a peace of mind, you are relaxed and you are not running around like people, youngsters, ambitious, worried, tension, politics and all. You are a relaxed person. Because things are over. You don't achieve much, you don't do much, you are not so active. So, in old age also, it has its own advantage. But youngster also, being young also has certain advantage, certain disadvantage. Why feel unhappy with those disadvantages, whether young man or old man? Young or old, woman or man, anyway, I just give an example, whether old or young, woman or man. That means when you feel happy with your age, then you will be unhappy with the disadvantages of the age. If you feel happy with the advantages of the age, you become unhappy with the disadvantages of the age. That means your identification with the body is not gone. You take it lightly as a fun. That means you know that you are not the body. That comes only you understand that you are a Sakshi and not the body. Body is a simple role you have assumed in a drama. Bodily identification is a simple role, a character in the drama. So Deha Abhimana is simply a patra in a nataka. Okay? Then whatever good and bad, Sukham and Dukkham, that occur to the patra, Sukha and Dukkha that occur to the patra, don't belong to you who is a Sakshi. Okay? Because Sakshi whose nature is Chaitanyam alone, Sakshi whose nature is Chaitanyam, is not subject to birth and death, advantages, disadvantages of the old age or young age or any age. So he knows that the good and bad, advantages and disadvantages of Deha do not belong to me. They are not centered upon me. The me, my real identity, is something different from it. It is only a simply assumed one for sake of a drama, for sake of a nataka, a simply assumed one. So this understanding makes you free from the body. Okay, therefore, Ashanaya Dhyatitaha. Ashanaya is hunger, Kshuda. Pipasa is thirst. Then Deha Dharma is Jara Mrityu. The qualities of body, the properties of body is old age and death. And Shoka Moha are the dharma of mind. Shoka is sorrow, Moha is confusion. lack of clarity. See, moha is always there. Everybody is subjected to some kind of lack of understanding, lack of clarity, yet to know, yet to know. There are many things we need to know. In spite of old age, in spite of knowing so many things, still there are many factors which we don't know, which we need further clarity. We tend to misunderstand, we tend to make wrong conclusions, wrong judgments. All that is because nothing is clear to us. We acquired a lot of knowledge, we are more experienced compared to youngsters. Still, we also commit plenty of mistakes. There are many things which we don't know. We are not clear about. Therefore, this moha continues to be there even in old age about many things in life. Therefore, this is the nature of mind. Moha, confusion, aviveka, aspashtata, lack of knowledge, lack of clarity. Sometimes data is missing, sometimes you know the data, but the clarity is missing. Clear analysis is missing. Okay, viveka is missing. So here, manodharma, the property of the mind, the quality of the mind is shoka and moha. Shoka, moha, in short, the fluctuations of mind, ups and downs of the mind. Fluctuations of mind at two levels. One is at emotional level, mind keeps fluctuating. The moods keep changing. You feel that you are subject to the mood. Or you understand that consciousness is free from mood. I am always the same conscious happiness. It is the mind that is undergoing various changes. Mind is subjected to various moods. Mind is subjected to various ideas and ideals. So intellect is subject to ideas and ideals, decisions. But you don't worry, or you feel neither proud of your good decision, good conclusion, nor you feel disturbed by wrong conclusion. If intellect makes mistakes, if intellect naturally, depending upon its knowledge, it sometimes it comes out right, sometimes it goes wrong, isn't it? In a given situation, your decision comes out right, your conclusion comes out right, sometimes your decision goes wrong. So in your buddhi, the buddhi's thoughts, views, ideas means views, your perceptions, your understanding, your ideas, your views, your ideals, your judgments, your decisions, all these things, your conclusions, sometimes correct, sometimes are appreciated by others, sometimes they go wrong. When they go wrong, you feel ashamed, you feel hurt, you feel guilty. That means you are identifying with your intellect. Then you feel happy and proud that to see how I am correct, because my idea came out correct and all that. That means still you are identifying with your intellect. So the decisions, thoughts and ideas are sticking to you. You feel you are subject to that, up and down. Okay. So this is identification with the intellect. A person should be able to feel lightly with the ideas. Okay. The ideas and ideals are entertained by intellect. They are useful to you as an individual, not to the Atma. See, these ideas, judgments, conclusions, ideals, views, these are useful if intellect entertains them. As a jivahood, as an individual, you may use them. But if you remain an individual and don't transcend your individuality, don't understand yourself as a sakshi who is aware of the entire waking state, entire dream state, and stands as a deep sleep, entire jagradavastha, entire swapnavastha, but stands as a chaitanyam. How do you know that I understand I am a sakshi? If you are not affected by the fluctuations of intellect, then you are a sakshi. If you are not affected by the fluctuations of intellect, you are not Sakshi. You are Sakshi. If you are not affected by the fluctuations, moods of the mind, emotions of the mind, then you are Sakshi. If you are not worried, disturbed by the pranas, hunger and thirst, fever and health, ill health and health, which prana is subjected to. Prana is weak, prana is strong. If weak prana, strong prana makes you weak and strong, that means your Sakshitvam is affected by it. You are taking yourself to be prana. Means whatever is the prana's nature, I am that. If prana is good, I am good. If prana is unhappy, weak, and I am unweak. If body is healthy and strong, you feel healthy and strong. Otherwise, you feel too weak, and really you feel hurt, you feel guilty, you feel hurt, you feel, oh, I am so weak, I am this. That means it is your bodily conditions are equal to you. Do you feel that you are equal to bodily condition? You are just the equal to prana's condition, equal to the condition of mind, equal to the condition of intellect. 4 things I touched: body, prana, mind, and intellect. Whatever is their condition, if you feel you are the same, or they are only just a drama, like superficially I take them, you are not, they are nominal, they only words, they don't exist for me, I am happy as I am. My existence is not affected. My consciousness is not affected by the conditions of the body, conditions of prana, mind, and intellect. If you understand that, then you are Sakshi. Your understanding of yourself as a Sakshi is clear. Otherwise, you are a Karta, you are an agent of action. You are a Bhokta, you are subject to experiences of good and bad, positive and negative experiences, favorable and unfavorable experiences of pain and pleasure. If you feel you are subjected to these experiences, then what? These experiences touch me if I identify with the body, mind, and sense organ and prana. When in that condition of having identified with them, I feel all these qualities belong to me. I am subjected to those qualities of old age and death. Bhashyakara Swamiji says Jara Mrityu, that is a traditional way. But the same explanation I am explaining differently. Jara Mrityu is not the only one. Even young age is also a quality of the body. Young age also is a quality of the body. Old age also is the quality of body. Both of them have their own plus and minus, advantage, disadvantage. Whether you identify with your old age or your young age, but you are identifying with your condition of the body. Accordingly, you have certain advantages, certain disadvantages. Okay. Mrityu, you are subject to Mrityu. You are subject to birth. Or if you take birth lightly, you take your age, your gender also lightly. Gender also belongs to body only. Otherwise, the consciousness doesn't have any gender. Does the mind have any gender? Mind means the consciousness I am talking. Consciousness doesn't have any gender. It is through the identification of the body that you are conscious of your gender. How do you know that you are conscious of your gender? If you look at another person, you become conscious of your gender. If you look at a woman, you become conscious of your gender. Then you are conscious of your gender. Otherwise, if you look at another person, man or woman, you are not conscious of your gender. You just see them as all are living beings, that's all, conscious beings. Then you have transcended your idea of gender. Okay. So, that identification of one gender is identification with the body, identification with the prana, identification with the mind, that is identification with emotions, identification with the intellect. But the consciousness itself is none of them. None of them. It is not subject to these experiences, subject to these qualities. It is unaffected by the qualities. As if the qualities are seen by others, but I don't feel for myself. Okay? From others' standpoint, like in drama you assume a character. The character undergoes a lot of suffering, like in Harishchandra, sells away his wife and is worried, disturbed, and he sells himself and becomes a slave of somebody, some Chandala, and has to live in a Shmashana crematorium. There he is subject to many things. But all that is only a role, not the real actor. But for the onlookers in the drama, they feel things are happening right in front of us really, and they start crying. They also identify and start crying. That means they have become real to you. That real means identification is real. But you know, if somebody calls you tiger, a lion, I know I am not a lion. Yes, you say I am a lion. It is only a gauna. Gauna means orally you say, but you know you are not lion. It is just a description. It's a poetic description, figurative it is. Similarly, that I am an individual subject to pain and pleasure, subject to birth and death and old age, etc. They are just figurative. They are not real to me. Because I am not that, I am consciousness. After knowing yourself to be consciousness and they are just figurative, then you have crossed. You are beyond the body, you are beyond your jivahood. Otherwise, you are subject to jivahood. See, your anubhava is the ultimate criterion, not others. How do you feel for yourself? You look at yourself. Do you feel you are free from the world? Whether old age or young age, what difference does it make? See? What gender doesn't make, whether man or woman, what gender does it make any difference? So, the old age or young age doesn't make any difference. Death, that is a natural, like any other normal event. Like you are taking breath, do you feel anything worried that, oh, I am taking breath? I am breathing. Do you feel worried that, oh, I am breathing? Then the breath also stops. What is that? Death also is as natural as death, as breathing. You don't wonder, you are breathing, something surprising happening. It is natural, everybody knows. Similarly, death also as natural as anybody. You are hungry and you eat food today, and suddenly something happens. After food, you sit there and die. People say eat and some people take food and go away. Some people without food go away. Go away means leave the body. Some people in the sleep, some people in the waking state, some people traveling, some people sitting at home, some people talking to somebody while on phone. That's all. The phone falls down and the speaking stops. What happened? They wonder. There is no sound from the other side. It's over. So how you die? You may die in any manner. Different ways. There are various ways. Die means what? Your expression through the body stops. You remain. You are expressing through the body. You are interacting with the external world stops. It is something like you are sitting in a room and you shut your window. When you shut your window, you will be unable to see the external world, but you continue to exist there inside, sitting on a chair. So you continue to exist, only external contact will be stopped. That's all death means. So if you understand this, that means you are free from the body. Body is only an equipment you are using. An equipment you are employing to see something outside world, to interact with them. So, ashanayadhyatitaha. And there is one more thing. Apeta brahma kshatradi bhedaha. Abba. This I have to explain. I think Hindus, the present generation, people do not know these things. I have to discuss anyway. I don't know whether 15 minutes, is it enough to explain? Probably it is enough. I'll try. I'll try to finish in 15 minutes instead of elaborately doing it. Next adjective he says, the real Atma is free from apeta brahma kshatradi bhedaha. It is free from Varna and Ashrama. Okay? Atma is free from Varna and Ashrama. In fact, Atma is free. Atma means the consciousness doesn't have any Varna. It doesn't have any caste. It doesn't have any profession. It doesn't have anything. Atma is free from all these things. I could say this much and go ahead, proceed. but in the society there is a lot of confusion regarding Varna and Ashrama. Therefore, I feel that it is necessary for people to understand this Varna and Ashrama. It is in a way it is out of context, but not totally away from the context. So I say a little bit of what is this Varna and Ashrama. Atma transcends Varna Ashrama. Doesn't mean Varna Ashrama do not exist. People think Atma is beyond Varna Ashrama. They say no caste at all. There was no, the Shankaracharya didn't believe any caste. There is no caste and nothing, no ashrama, no profession, nothing. But ashrama also is talking. Do you mean you have no ashrama at all? Shankaracharya didn't believe in ashrama, then he would not become sannyasi. Then he would remain a grihastha only. They say Shankara did not believe in Varnas. Shankara is negating Varna and ashrama together. When he accepts both. When he negates both. So these days there is a lot of confusion. All big people also have created a confusion. See, Varna, that is a caste, they translate it as a caste. It is not accurately caste, but okay, nearby. It has become a very popular word. But if you take by word caste, if you take the Indian meaning of Varna, then it's okay. Indian meaning of Varna. How does the Varna? Varna pertains to Jiva, not to the Chaitanya Atma. See the difference. To Jivatma there is Varna. But to the Shuddha Chaitanya Atma, Sakshi, like in Sushupti, there is no Varna, no Ashrama. But when you are in waking state and dream state, you are an individual. As an individual, you have Varna and Ashrama. That means through your body, the Varnas pertain to the Atma, Jivatma, through body. So, what was the system according to our Dharma Shastra, according to our traditional way, I explain. What you do after knowing these things, whether you want to follow Varna, Ashrama, it is all up to you, I leave it to you. So, I am not telling anything, I am not advocating that these days you must follow. If you follow, you don't follow, I leave it to you. But what the traditionally, what is understood, what is Varna, Ashrama, how it is understood. Because, I have to say this because, when you are reading traditional books like Manusmriti, even Shankara Bhashya, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, or any Shastras, when you read them, you have to understand that the books were written in a society, in a period where the Varna, Ashrama, all that was accepted and believed. Therefore, you will be able to understand Shankara Bhashya, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Smritis, Puranas, only if you keep the Varna Ashrama in view. The right Varna Ashrama concept which existed in previous days. Even now it is there, very weak and loose, highly diluted, disturbed, partly spoiled, partly distorted. It is continuing, abused also. Varna is selfishly abused. It is continuing, but not so thoroughly well. It is there, partly there. Some orthodox people even now follow. Okay, but to understand it in its right way is required. Later, how you follow, how much you want to retain, how much you want to change, that is a different question. Regarding that too, I have certain views, but I don't tell that is a different issue. But at least what it was, this we need to know because our people have distorted it. Not only they have rejected Varna and Ashrama these days in their life, they started misinterpreting about Varna Ashrama which existed in our history, in our Shastras, in our previous period. They started misinterpreting Varna and Ashrama. They started denying that it existed at all. This is too much. RSS says there was no caste system at all, there was no Varna at all. And some people say something else, I'll tell you. So Varna, I think it won't be completed, but anyway, as much as I can, I'll cover it and complete it in the next class. Okay. As much as I'll cover, you think over it. You just wait until I complete the picture. After I describe the complete picture of Varna Ashrama, then you will get a clear understanding. Don't jump to conclusion at any stage, whatever I tell. So the Varna for Varna requires three factors. One is a Deha, Karma and Shastra. Okay, Deha, Karma, Shastra. These three put together brings Varna. So, Karma means past karma. Shastra is present day dharma. Shastra enjoins dharma. Shastra gives you certain dharma, certain duties, certain samskaras for you. And karma means the Purvajanma karma. Deha means where you are born, in which family, which parents you are born, that determines your Varna. Therefore, body, that means birth and the family, in which family you are born. So body, because the Varna belongs to through the body and Jiva, not to the Atma. Okay. Shuddha Atma is free from all Varna and Ashrama. The Chaitanya Atma, Sakshi Atma is free. But once you assume the mind, certain factors come. Again, if you assume the body, a few more come. Once you assume the body, all these come. Therefore, as long as you remain in the body, you assume a body, you continue in the body, then the Varna and Ashrama Vyavastha applies to you. Okay. And the Purva Karma. Three factors are required to determine our Varna and Ashrama. One is the Purva Janma Karma. Second is Deha, that is the birth. Third is your Shastriya Karma. Shastra gives you certain samskara, certain rituals, certain karma, certain dharma. So with the help of the Shastra, based upon the body, on account of karma. See, help of the Shastra, based upon the body. Based upon means taking the body into consideration, and according to past karma, your Varna is determined. According to karma, past karma, based upon the body, okay, based upon the Deha, and with the help of the Shastra. So, karma, that is Purva Karma, Purva Janma Punya Papa Karma, Samskara, it means karma as well as samskara, both. Samskara of the mind, Purva Janma Karma and Samskara, and the Deha and your parentage, family, Deha, Kutumba, that is parentage, and Shastra and Shastras, Shastrokta Vidhi and Dharma, Shastrokta Dharma, okay, and rituals, Dharma and Karma. These three factors put together decide our Varna. Okay, regarding Varna, I have to tell you one or two things. This Varna is one point I tell, and I'll tell a few more things. Varna pertains not to the Chaitanya Atma. I already told you and I repeat it 100 times. Chaitanya Atma is same. It is a pure existence, pure consciousness. It is not subject to any quality naturally. Then it is not subjected to Jiva's quality. And it is to the Jiva that through the body these Varnas apply. Okay. Shuddhatma doesn't have Varnas and Ashramas. Has no Varna and Ashrama. Second point. Second point is over. So only it pertains to Jivatma through the body. Jivatma on account of the body, as long as you have a body, based upon the body. Deha, as long as you have a body, Varna Ashrama applies. When you give up the body, then do not apply. Okay. So, third point, Varna and Ashrama is meant for dharma, not for rights. Right means hakku. Hak. Varna and Ashramas are given, means based upon Varna Ashrama, certain duties, certain dharmas are given to the people to follow. So, Varna is for dharma. not for rights. That means, so the implication means, Varna is for me to remind me what is my dharma, not to show, not to dominate, not to control others. See, Varna is not to control others. For example, Brahmana. Supposing that I am a Brahmana. My Brahmanatvam is not to dominate others, threaten others, impose others, anything on others. It is only to give me a certain duties for myself. It prescribes a duties. So Varna is not to show your abhimana on others, humiliate others, insult others, assert others. Varna is to remind me about my own duties. Okay. Varna should not be used in quarreling with others, in dominating others, in threatening others, or imposing on others. Okay, dictating to others. Varna is for my own reminding what I am supposed to do, what is my dharma. If I do this dharma, I get punyam, I get a sadgati. If I don't do these things, or if I do what I am not supposed to, as a Brahmana I am not supposed to do, as a sannyasi I am not supposed to do certain things, if I do them, then I will incur papa. So it is only for dharma, adharma, it is only for punya, papa. Okay? Dharma is to remind me, Shastra has enjoined, prescribed certain duties for me. So Varna prescribes duties. I follow those duties and I get a result of it. Okay. So Varna is for this purpose, not to impose, dominate and threaten, frighten and others. So you can't use your Varnabhimana to give trouble to others. Okay? Give trouble to others, exploit others using Varnabhimana. Varna is a Swabhimana, not Abhimana. See, there is a difference between Swabhimana and Abhimana. It is for self-respect, not for ego. Varna is not for ego, Varna is for self-respect and remind your duty so that it inspires you to do for certain duties. It reminds you, inspires you, encourages you to do your duty. Therefore, Varna is for duty, not for ego and exploitation that I can do anything. Who are you to question? See, this kind of talking, Varna is not for that. Okay? It never existed in our Shastra. First thing is, in all our Shastras talk of dharma, not as a right. Not as a right, it is a dharma. So, how does this Varna Vyavastha took place? Just now I have told briefly. What is that? Karma, Purva Karma and Samskara, Deha, family, Kutumba, and also Shastrokta Dharma with the help of the Shastra. These three factors decide. So, this Dharma has been so much distorted, misinterpreted. First by Christian missionaries, they misinterpreted communist and everybody. All our history and education system and all our modern educated people talk that it is due to political reason Varna system has come. Aryans invaded, which is a total lie, dismissed lie, disproved lie. First thing is, it was never existed. Where is the question of disproving it? It is a myth, it is a false theory created and imposed. Even now it is continuing, playing havoc with us, creating hatred. See, some people say these divisions in society occurred due to political invasion. Let us take a political invasion in general. Britishers invaded India. Muslims, Mughals invaded India. Or not only India, they invaded many countries like Africa and many other countries. So when one country invades another country, they subjugates them, enslaves them, asserts themselves as superior because of the political power and political rights. This was never existed. This is totally wrong. You read our Shastras, Veda, Purana, Smriti, and even our history, and even our society also. We never found politics as a reason for division of Varna and Ashrama. So political is only a purely ego and power. Power and ego divides the people into various groups. It is a Dharma Shastra. Varna is meant for Dharma, not out of your ego, not out of your power. Okay, you are powerful, therefore you follow a particular caste. You have got a political power, you declare to be another caste. People think that whoever has got a power means that political power, the power to dominate, and then you get a caste. You declare that you belong to a higher caste, and all others you declare as whom you enslave, they become lower caste. This doesn't apply. If Brahmanas invaded and created, they would not have become beggars. They would have declared to be superior and all moneyed people. But the Brahmanas, the division was not due to politics. If it were due to politics, then you see, a Brahmana does not eat Kshatriya's food. If Kshatriya has got more power, Kshatriya has more power, and he respects Brahmana who doesn't have money and power. See, now if money and power is the political power is the basis of Varna, then Brahmanas have declared as a more powerful and more moneyed people. They should have kept money with them, they should have kept political power with them. They did not keep. They kept Shastra, Adhyayana, more tapas, more simple life, more beggarly life. They have to take, they should not own money, they should not keep property, they should live on begging. Even king has got more money, but he stands and respects when a Brahmana comes, and then Brahmana doesn't eat the food of a Kshatriya. Okay? So he respects them, but he doesn't eat their food. See. Now, if political power is important, then he should have been more powerful. That is ridiculous. Isn't it? Therefore, this is not true at all. A second reason somebody told, social reason. People say social reason is Varna Vyavastha came from the social divisions, which is Vivekananda also believes this thing. He repeatedly tells in his books, caste is purely social. It is not religious. It has nothing to do with religion. It is purely social division. So some politics reason we have dismissed as wrong. If you find our Shastras, our society, our history, politics was not the basis, power was not the basis for divisions of Varna and Ashrama. First thing is, Varna Ashrama itself is not meant for oppression, it is not an enslavement. So they say, why division? The division itself means as an oppression. We already keep in view that it is an oppression, enslavement, exploitation. Then they talk how Varna developed it. When you put a question how Varna developed, you already think Varna is something wrong and ask how this wrong developed. See, this is the question they put it. First thing is, it was not a wrong thing, it was not exploitation, and politics was not the reason. That one country invaded another country, and the defeated country becomes lower caste, and invaded country becomes a higher caste. This is the how thinking, unless, see, even if you listen, those who carry that view, even after my listening my talk, it won't go away. Still it gives you misunderstanding alone, because it is deeply seated in the mind of us. Until you contemplate and correct this whole thinking, you have to change the whole thinking, you will not be able to understand what I say. Okay? This is the political reason. Then some people told social reason. It is purely social. That means whoever in the society, whoever forms a group, they say, we all have declared, we all have taken up some profession, we acquired a power, domination, and we declare that we are of higher caste. And some people start practicing another profession. That's all, you change the caste. Those who say it is a social, by changing a profession, you change the caste. They think profession, economics is the basis for social. Means what? Economics or a profession. When Vivekananda says it is a socio-economics, that's all. You change your profession, your caste changes. Some people have assumed some profession and they are called, that's all in course of time. This is what he says. No, this is totally wrong, it never existed. Socio-economic conditions do not decide our Varna. Varna, as I told you, you look at all the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Smritis, you see the what Veda told. The Brahmana Bhaga, Aranyaka Bhaga, even Upanishads. Varna is discussed where? In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. You see. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishads, Varnas are formed. How Varnas are formed? They say it was created by Ishvara. Based upon these, as I told you, according to Shastra, prescription of the Shastra, through the body, based upon according to our past karma and samskara. All these three put together make a Varna. And the Varna is the basis for deciding your dharma. So Shastras prescribe a dharma according to your Varna. That's all. So you should accept the Varna. Everybody has his own Varna. There is no question of comparison or good and bad. Each, because Swadharme Nidanam Shreya, your own Varna, whatever is the dharma prescribed for your Varna, that is good for you. Do it wholeheartedly, you will get the Sadgati, Swarga. Even a Shudra follows his own Varna, he gets a Sadgati. So it was meant for basic maintenance of life, basic maintenance of your family and life, and also to acquire punyam and get the Sadgati. That was the basic interest. It was not to exploit others, mint money. For minting money, even stealing is a profession. Even taking bribes is a profession. And exploiting other countries also is a profession. Invading other countries and colonize other countries and get the money and distribute in your country. Like Britishers did and all Muslims did all over the world. Muslims' job is only to invade other countries and bring their money and live in your own country comfortably and happily. So that was not the system here, that one caste exploit others and make money and live happily. Because how much money you are supposed to have, how you spend, that is also decided by the Shastra. If Brahmanas wrote, they should have told that we should get money from anybody and keep it for ourselves. So it is not social, it is not based upon profession. According to Varna, profession is decided. Profession doesn't decide your Varna. Okay? Profession did not decide. Okay, now what is there, what you want to do, that's a different issue. I am telling how it existed all these years. Okay? I tell this little bit and leave it. And I will complete the topic in the next class. I just tell a few sentences. Varna is for dharma. Because how it is for dharma, this requires a little more explanation. How it helps prescribes your dharma, and it helps your dharma. How it helps you to achieve ihaloka, paraloka. Okay? That we shall tell in the next class. So Varna is meant for dharma, Varna and Ashramas. So that you purify your mind, you do as a karma yoga. Whatever duty is prescribed for you, whatever duty falls to your dharma, you do it with all utmost respect. So there is no question of impurity. Others' dharma is impure for you, but your own Varna dharma is pure for you. Even a Chandala does his own dharma, that is pavitram for him. Even taking bhiksha is a pavitram for Brahmana, and then the same thing is apavitra for Kshatriya. Kshatriya should not beg, it is apavitra for him. Now you can't say that, everything is same dharma. Dharma differs. Sannyasi taking bhiksha itself is a pavitra. If he cooks, it becomes a papa. If he cooks and eats the food, it is a papa. If he begs, that becomes a holiest thing. I tell you, begged food is a holiest thing for sannyasi, even for brahmanas. And if you cook for yourself, it is the most apavitra food. You eat, you are eating papa. Now don't say that, it's a good food, I earned my own. That itself is a papa. If you say, I earned and eat, sannyasi, they say, I earn and eat it, that's a papa for him. So therefore, Varnas, Ashramas were meant for dharma, not these days they understand anything. Everybody is an expert, everybody writes commentary on Veda and Upanishads, everybody gives what is Vedanta, what is Veda, what is Varna. Somebody dismisses, somebody talks as a political reason, somebody social reason, anybody gives any reason. And nobody understands what was a real Shastra explanation, what is our Hindu Dharma, Hindu Shastra told. Our own Hindus have become alienated from their own Shastra. Their interpretations are more of Christian missionaries or modern communists. Their interpretation alone they have accepted as the Vedic meaning. So for us, Christian missionaries are our gurus, communists are our gurus, Nehru is our guru and Gandhi is our guru. Neither Shankaracharya nor our own Shastras nor our Manu and Valmiki and Vyasa. These are not our gurus. Nehru is our guru, and then our discovery of India is our Veda. This is all very pitiable condition that Hindus are living under. I don't know. Why do they love to live in such a foolishness? I don't understand. They want to live under foolishness. They never refer to our Shastras. Okay. It's a very strange. By falsifying your own Shastra, by misunderstanding, misinterpreting, I don't know what joy they get in it. I don't understand. Why do they want to live in that make-believe world, which is false interpretation? Dharma is totally a different idea. Anyway, it's an incomplete. Time is up already. I have taken 10 minutes more. 12:10 it is. So I'll complete this topic in the next class. Okay. So this one at certain level. So what is Varnashrama meant for? And how in Atma Jnana you transcend. You transcend. But when Shankaracharya talks of Atma is transcending all Varnashrama, they say, oh, Shankara did not believe in Varnashrama. Anybody can practice any profession. Anybody can do anything. This never existed. What is this meaning? What is this meaning? Shankara told that Atma is beyond all caste and everything. That means Shankara did not believe in caste. Therefore no caste at all. Anybody can do anything. Anybody do anything. Anybody is a Grihastha, anybody is a sannyasi. Anybody is a sannyasi, anybody is Grihastha, anybody is brahmachari, anybody is vanaprastha. Or the same person is simultaneously sannyasi, simultaneously Grihastha, simultaneously Brahmana, simultaneously Kshatriya, simultaneously Chandala, simultaneously. What is all this? Is there any meaning? And they say the untouchability Chandala is because they were practicing dirty jobs, therefore they are made this thing untouchable. Even that is a false. It never exists in our Shastra. That they did. This also I have to tell about Chandala, untouchability and all that. I think time is up. We'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat.